Hello. Welcome back to another podcast. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for you to say, oh my god.
Okay, wait. Okay, let's do it now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mom. Mom, you can't start that so early. Then it makes me off balance. Like, we need to start with a thing that will grab people's attention first. Now we have nothing.
Traffic.
What?
As soon as we come to the back room to do this, the traffic starts.
I know.
Right?
Okay, you don't understand what I'm saying.
And we have to keep the window open because it's freaking hot.
Yeah, guys, if you hear wind or cars or honks or anything like that, it's because it's extremely hot in this house. We still don't have air conditioning.
No.
And we're dying of heat. And the fan is going to make even more noise, so we decided to come to the back room and open the windows.
So for today, you have to deal with it.
So sorry for that.
Right.
Anyways, Mom.
Heavy?
As always. Did you come with anything prepared?
Well, I did.
What? Mom, stop making noise! Why do you always do this?
I was going to talk, social media.
Okay, what do you want to talk about social media?
So I was watching something the other day and how social media affects a YouTuber or a live streamer.
What do you mean affects them?
Well, I think mentally it could affect them, and when is enough? Like, you've been affected by social media. You've been affected.
But everyone's been affected by anything. Food, TV shows, commercials.
I know, but those things you can control. Like, this family had fans on their lawn snapping pictures of them, and...
Oh, yeah, the Ace family.
Yeah, and that was horrible, and then they don't leave their house, and... and you've been affected by it at the beginning too, when you gave them 120%, your viewers, when they used to send you letters, and you didn't know whether they were true or not true, but you wanted to act on them just in case. And I'm talking about people that say, I'm going to commit suicide if you don't answer me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're such a good person that you'd say, oh, don't you want to have a conversation with them? Anybody who says that isn't going to do it. I'd say... Would you like me to mail you the noose?
Oh my God, Mom. Like, that is so horrible.
No. Because that puts you fell into, it really bothered you. You had a lot of sleepless nights because of some people.
Yeah, I know.
And then I've told you, these people will disappear from your life. They're not your friends. They're not your family. They will never come back, and they'll just get the attention they require.
But don't you think that's just me as a person? Like, I've always cared more for others than myself.
Yeah.
Like kindergarten. Tell that story.
Yes, in kindergarten, you were always the last person to leave the classroom because you wanted to make sure that everybody got their gloves or their hats or whatever they were missing. You were there to make sure that everybody took it. Mm-hmm. And that just takes a toll on you. But this at a different level was even more mentally not healthy for you. Like, you just gave too much of yourself, and you cared way too much for people who lied. For example, you had a fan once, a viewer, a listener, or whatever you want to call them, you got a phone call, or where'd you get a message from their mom that their daughter committed suicide?
Yeah.
Right? And then what happened a year later?
Yeah, they messaged me and said, don't know if you remember me, but I faked my death or something. I knew that wasn't real when I got a message from their mom on their account. Like, I know that's not real. Like, I'm not dumb.
But how did it make you feel?
No mom would be like, oh, my son's dead. I better message their idol on their Instagram account and pretend it's me. And you wouldn't do that?
No.
Exactly.
I wouldn't do that. Not unless you had a really genuine connection with someone, but...
No, that's a connection, not my idol or someone that I loved watching.
Yeah, so you see, in those things that you had to put up with a lot of those things. And a young girl who said she was in the hospital for chemo treatment, and do you remember that one? And she was getting married, and then you saw her you went once to see how she was doing, because she disappeared, and you wanted to know if she was dead or alive or whatever, if she survived. And then you saw her traveling and jumping and
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember that one? Oh my God.
No, but I have a problem, Mom.
You have a problem trusting people.
No, my problem is not that. my problem is that I don't remember things from my past. Like and it's really affecting me. Like that's really getting to me.
Oh, you need brain vitamins. You need exercise.
Like people can retell stories, and I can't. That's why I like filming and posting at the time that things are happening, and writing at the time that things are happening to me. Because if I try to retell it after the fact, I don't remember it. Like it's like once I've healed from it or moved past it, it's like I just throw it in a vault, and I don't remember the code to the vault.
That's the whole point.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing actually. Yeah, that is a good thing.
Like that's why
it's too bad when you started social media, you didn't keep a diary of all these stories you got from all these people.
Well, I know, but I do have a lot of. Well, I have every broadcast first of all, and if you mean behind the scenes, I do have a lot of screenshots. Like I was going through my phone. Cars.
Yeah, that was a bus.
I was going through my phone the other day because I have 13,000 photos and videos in my camera roll. And I was like, maybe it's time to, at least get them down to like 10,000 or something like that, which is even a lot. Like,
wow.
I wish I could just like wipe it, but I can't. I don't know why I can't. I just, even though I don't know what's in there, and I'm like not attached to it, like I'm attached to it, Yeah. But anyways, so I was going through my 2 years ago in 2016, I was going through messages and screenshots that I have, because every time because it was all so new to me 2 years ago. And so when I got a positive message or or someone else's story, I would screenshot it just so that I could like read it again and remember it, right? And remember like the impact that I've had on people.
Well, that's the other thing too. On the flip side,
so I do have stories.
You do have a lot of good stories. People who didn't come to you and say, I'm going to commit suicide. People who came to you later and said, I was in a really dark place and this is what I was thinking of doing. And, thanks to you and I watched you. And see, those people watched. Or how about the guy who was driving to go commit suicide and instead he went to McDonald's because he was listening to you.
Yeah.
So you see, that's what I'm saying. People don't say, hi, Evie, if you don't... And remember this? You got this message one. Hi, Evie, if you don't answer me in 5 minutes, I'm going to commit suicide. Well,
yeah, I know.
Fuck, if that's the case...
No, Mom.
No, that's a stupid thing.
It is, but I had friends a friend that I used to consult back then because they had been in this longer than I had, so they had really like helped me. Like I remember calling from the nail salon and being like, so and so is DMing me, like I don't know what to do, and they're like, no, like they DM me too, like trust me, like, and they like sent me screenshots of their Twitter and stuff like that. So I don't know now. I still have a heart, but like I'm less tolerant to people who tell me that they're gonna harm themselves.
That's right.
If I don't answer them.
Yeah.
And if it's a genuine like concern, like I'm having thoughts of this, or I did this last night, and blah blah blah, you know what I mean? But not the people who are like, I'm gonna do this if you don't answer me. That's right. Like that's an attention grab.
Yeah, don't.
So, anyways, but the thing is too, Mom, speaking of social media, is that like I love all of the good comments and feedback that I get.
Yeah, they were amazing comments. A lot of them were tearjerkers.
I know, but listen, you're not gonna. This is like sort of off topic, but not off topic. I like all of the good comments, and I see all of the bad comments. Like I see all the comments, but like none of them affect me. Like not the good or the bad.
Yeah, that's because you're humble.
Is that a bad thing?
No,
like
that's not a bad thing at all. You're not taking like, ooh, I saved someone's life. You're taking, oh my God, I'm glad they're doing so well. You're putting it on them instead of you being a hero, right?
But then it's like on to the next broadcast, on to the next video. It's never like, oh, I did really good for someone, or someone doesn't like this. Like it's just like,
but you're not. You're not supposed to think that way, anyways.
Like I just see the comments, and I just don't think about them. Like I just read them, and I'm like, oh, they didn't like it. Oh, they're a troll. Oh, they loved it. Or you know what I mean? Like I feel like, is that like unappreciative?
No,
like,
no. If you read troll comments and they're not affecting you, that's a good thing because you'll last in this business a lot longer than if you did allow it to affect you. Mm-hmm. Right?
I think it's because I care about people, but I don't care really what they think of me.
Good. Then that means you'll last in the business.
Yeah. I think that took a long time, though.
Yes, it did.
Because I definitely think that elementary school, I cared a lot about what people thought of me.
You cared right up to university, and maybe
Yeah, I think
before
university I just let go.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
University
I would say.
you cared too.
Did I care what people thought
you
of
did.
me?
You cared. As you mature, you'll care less. And when you get to 45, it's the fuck it stage. You don't give a fuck about anybody anymore. And you don't give a fuck about their thoughts, their thinking, what they think of you.
I know,
so
but
this is what I try to tell the young people.
But even now, I don't care. So maybe,
That's
like,
good.
I think maybe when I ventured off on my own in LA,
Maybe.
like, I stopped caring.
Yeah.
I don't really know when.
know.
I can't pinpoint this is the day I stopped caring, but I do know that I don't care anymore.
But I'm glad you stopped caring.
But I can't. I don't know. Like, even in university, like, did I care what people thought? Like, I don't really know. Like, I remember, but, like, I don't remember. Like, I also remember that, like, I used to sleep a lot in class, even though I had, like, 90 averages. People would post pictures of me sleeping. Or, like...
That annoyed a lot of people. Remember that one girl?
What one girl?
When she talked about your mark, like, they shouldn't be giving hundreds or whatever. It's like, well, why not? Just because you got a 70? Like, if you work hard for it and you stay up all night for that 100%,
I know.
then you deserve that 100%.
That's the thing, is that people didn't understand, like, yeah, I may have slept sometime in class, but, like, I didn't sleep at night.
Because you're an owl. You were an owl back then. You actually made yourself an owl back then, because every necklace that Evie had back then was an owl.
I know.
We could probably fill maybe an average size wall or a small wall with all Evie's owl necklaces.
I don't even... Well, one, where the hell are they? Do I still own them?
Yeah, you do. But
okay, I used to collect chunky owl large hanging necklaces.
Yeah.
Like the Flava Flav of, like, owl necklaces. Like,
well, they weren't really that big.
I don't understand
that big,
what
but they
my
were nice.
fascination or love for them was, because they're honestly not...
But what does an owl represent, though?
Wisdom? I don't know.
Yeah, wisdom and learning.
Anyways...
Yep. So back to the Ace family, they moved into another house and then they got broken into.
I know, but what does this have to do? What's your point?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is they had a hard. They were naive to social media. They were naive to fans and people.
To fame.
Yeah. To what could happen to them. Right. They trusted the people that were following them and watching them. Not to say that a fan broke into the house, but they never know. And I like the way Casey Neistat puts it. He puts a sign on his door: if you knock or enter this premises, the police will be carrying you out. So because he's been in it so long that he doesn't give a shit, right? So he's going to tell you straight up. Where I'm sure at the beginning he was like, oh, okay, thanks. Like, no one wanted to lose viewers at the beginning, right? Yeah. But if you're getting 10 million views, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, this is my privacy. This is my sanctuary. This is my workspace, or this is my family space, or this is my home space. Like, go away. And so I like that, how I like Casey's sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Evie, what did you bring to the table today?
I brought
to the couch.
A lot, okay? First of all, this whole setup I brought. No.
So, social media. So, are you enjoying social media?
I don't know.
Now that it's calmed down more, like, you've calmed down more.
No, it's a hard, we could probably do this whole podcast just about social media, because, like, I think I really loved it when I was first getting into it. Mm-hmm. Like, when I was first getting back into it, because in school, like, I made a Twitter account in university, I made an Instagram account when I got an iPhone, whatever, like, I loved it then, and then I sort of forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then when I got into broadcasting, I re-entered the world of social media.
But at a different level, though.
I grew so fast, so quick. Yeah. But this is the thing, though. I think I really loved it when I first restarted it again, when I started broadcasting. But I think that it's really taken a toll on my self-worth and my happiness. Like, I think when I didn't care about social media before I re-entered it, I think maybe just because it wasn't as big, but I think I was more happy, and I was living, like, life. Like, I had real relationships, and I got over heartbreaks, and I and I had friendships, and I really thought I was in a good place. And then when I got into this whole social media thing, I think that I loved it at the beginning because it felt all new to me, but now, like, I don't really have real relationships. I feel like, I don't know, like I don't have real relations. Like, I always say, oh, I don't have friends, but I do have friends, but I like don't have friends. Like, it's a weird mix of I do have friends beyond the internet, but I also feel like I don't have rich relationships and friendships like I used to. And it saddens me to see, you know, my old friends and my old best friends like hang out with each other and sort of like forget about me, and I have like more followers than them, but I see them having like real relationships and like hanging out together and visiting each other, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that comes from a lot of different factors. Like, I moved away from all of them. Like, they all stayed in Toronto, and I got up and chased a dream in LA, you know?
Yep.
And then when I came back to graduate, I then moved again to New York.
You were only here a week.
I know. I wasn't here for a long time. So, like, a part of me is like, that was on me too. Like, I left them, but I didn't try to not stay in contact with them, you know? Like, one of my best friend came to visit me once in New York, but then never came after that. And I kept asking her, and we stayed in touch and stuff. And when I would come back to Toronto, I would see her, but I wouldn't see any of the other ones. And I don't know, just like, it hurts because you think that, because I feel alone.
Yeah.
You know? And not to say that I don't love my family, because
Yeah,
I
that
love
has
my
nothing to do with
family.
it, yeah.
But it's like, you feel like you still need your own sort of life, you know?
Yes, you do.
And so I feel like my family is there for me, but I don't feel like I have like anybody else to talk to.
Right.
And also, like, when I was in the social media world, like, I would only care about, I don't know if care about's the right word, but I would only care about other social media influencers, and I would only validate myself like through having those friendships.
And then you lost.
And then I lost everybody. I lost all my social media friends. I lost all of my real friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just feel like you have nobody. And now in my time of like crisis where I can't be, well, I can be on social media, but like I need to recover, and I can't edit, and I can't look at a screen all day, and I can't do those things. It's like, who do I call to come over and just have conversations with me and hang out with me?
Yeah, because they're all adulting right now. Right? They all have jobs now.
I know, but it's just very hard.
It's just a
So,
conversation.
like, I like social media, but I also think that I get way too caught up in why my Instagram is losing followers, why I'm not getting 10% engagement, why I don't get retweets on my Twitter, why people aren't watching my YouTube videos. You know, I get so caught up in that and basing my self-worth on that. When I snap out of it, I'm fine. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, there's plenty of people in the world who don't even know YouTubers, or don't get likes on their Instagram or whatever, and are completely happy and are full of success and whatever. But for me, I feel like I've like lost touch with reality, but I'm not completely in touch with social media, so I just feel lost in like, I don't know where.
I think right now you're too focused on numbers is because you have nothing else to do.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
when you're busy, when you're filming and you're creating and you're working and you're when you're on live stream and doing things, when you're out, you're not concerned about your numbers at all. You don't even talk about your numbers. But now, because the only thing you could do is stare at a ceiling.
Yeah, I know.
Because your eyes are affected, your legs affected, so that just brings you down, and then you look at everything. You feel like everything is just caving in.
I feel like everything matters,
right? Everything
and
matters,
I feel like everything is a big deal, and I feel like how did I say it the other day? I feel like, not that I have tunnel vision, but I just feel like just now I said like I want to travel because I need a new perspective on life. Like, I just feel like I'm stuck in this one-sided perspective. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
and then it doesn't help.
I haven't left the couch.
Your sister's leaving.
Yeah, and now Kat's traveling.
Yeah, she's leaving next week.
What is with all these noises?
That's what happens.
Like, what the hell is that?
Cricket.
What is that? A cricket? That's a cricket?
I don't know. Some sort of insect. So now Kat's traveling, and she's going to do like all the Asian
Thailand,
stuff.
Bali, not Tokyo, Hong Kong. Like, I wanted to do all this. I wanted to do all this whole year.
Yeah, I know, and you will. And you will.
I know, but it's just so
This is
hard.
remember Gary Vee said once, "Well, what did he say about sacrificing or taking a step back in order to move forward?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're not taking a step back and like moving to Toronto or having to go from a 2-bedroom apartment to a 5-bedroom apartment with 4
Yeah.
other roommates or whatever, and paying less in rent because it wouldn't be that much less.
Yeah.
This is your setback. This is your step back.
But it's a big physical setback.
Yeah,
though.
but this at the end of the day, once you're healed, you're ready to shut it down in New York, and you're ready to take on the world.
But Mom,
after.
do you know how hard it is to like, and like you don't know about this because I don't like talk about it when I'm just sitting there. Like, it just, I internalize it, but like it's so hard. I talked about it the other day, so you do know about it, but it's so hard to like sit. First of all, I've been sitting lying, not sitting.
Yeah.
Lying down horizontal on a couch for the past 8 days.
Yeah.
And you know when I'm sick of watching Netflix or YouTube and I just shut off my computer and I can't write or read because I can't see still yet. Like, I just sit there and it's so hard being so like optimistic but so pessimistic all in one sitting, all in one thought process too. Like, you're like, oh, I can't, I'm strong, I'm staying on this couch for the bigger picture, like
That's
not
right.
giving into the immediate gratification of getting up and walking around and doing things so that I can travel the world, and I will travel the world, you know, later on, and I will be able to wear heels again, and I'll be able to rock my style and do these fashion videos that I want to do, and blah 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 blah. I'm like all empowered, and then in the next thought, my brain is like, oh my God, you're never gonna be able to snowboard again. You're never gonna be able to like live the life that you want to live fully because you're always gonna be in fear of breaking your ankle. What if this ankle thing doesn't fix and you have to settle for a fusion, and should you get a fusion to just end it right now and just continue on and try and compromise on your life and try and work around, you know, having one foot that doesn't work. Like, how would that work? Like, oh, maybe I can design a heel that looks like a heel but is actually just a cloggy shoe. Like, and I'm like, no, like that's not what I want. And then I go back and forth with myself. I'm like, how can you think of settling but then also be fearless, but then also be so fearful for the future because you don't know what's going to happen, like all at one time, and it messes with my brain so much. And then that's when I throw temper tantrums and are mean to my family and spastic, and it's not me, but it's just like a domino effect of like trying to think so positively but also thinking so negatively all in one sitting. And you don't know what to do with yourself, so you just kind of explode.
And in your case, again, because you're visually impaired right now, you can't read and get out of that junk.
No.
Like,
and
that's what helped you the first time.
That's what helped me the first time when I was like so caught up in walking and I felt like I was injuring myself, like after New Year's, when I was like, oh my God, Mom, I think that's the moment. New Year's Eve was the moment where I was like, I'm an idiot. I definitely think that's the moment that the screws and the plates broke or whatever. Like, I think that I really injured myself, and I was like, I need to stop.
Because you have FOMO, that's why.
I know. No, then I had FOMO. I had the fear of missing
FOMO.
out on life, not on anybody, just on life. I had the fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Because it's like that. It's like it won't make sense to somebody, but it's like you're almost okay, but you shouldn't be doing these things.
Yeah.
So you feel like you should be doing these things because you feel almost okay, but you also shouldn't be. Like, I felt like
you felt like you could.
I felt like I could. Okay, I felt like I could walk.
Yeah, but you should.
But I wasn't allowed to. Like, I wasn't supposed to. But I was like, but I feel like I can. Like, I'm perfectly fine.
Exactly.
And so that feeling is like, you know, you're not supposed to be doing this. That's why I was like, I wish I could be in a medically induced coma because I wouldn't be okay to do anything. You know, like I would be in a coma. Like, I would be forced to not be able to do anything.
6 months in a coma till you're healed.
Seriously, like, I'm not kidding. Like, that's the only way, because I have a mentality that, like, even if I had tunnel vision and everything else was blacked out but a pinhole in my eye, and it was like my last week to live, like, I'd be like, no, I'm okay to edit this video.
Yep.
Instead of, like, just relaxing. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, nope. Like, I'll take 6 hours to edit a 30-minute video. Like, what would take me 30 minutes, I would take 6 hours. Because I feel like I'm okay enough.
Yeah,
like,
you
unless
can
I'm in
do
a
it.
coma or dead,
Yeah.
I can do it.
You can still work, exactly.
Which is the problem.
No, sometimes it's not the problem. Sometimes it's a good thing to have.
But that's not a good thing
with
right now.
No, not with restrictions. Right?
Which is why, like, this past week, I haven't posted anything on YouTube. Which, don't get me wrong, it's killing me inside.
I know, it's killing you. Yeah, of course.
It's killing me, but I'm trying to force myself. Again, this freaking bug.
You're trying to force
I'm trying to force myself to just let go and just be like, when you are, not even 100%, when you are 80%, when you have your vision back, or when you're able to sit up or whatever, when you're able to do these things, because you're allowed to do them, then you can come back stronger, you know? Like, I always feel like I'm gonna lose the viewership that I've grown, because, you know, consistency is a key thing. Like,
That's right.
But it's not the be-all, end-all. Like,
Nope.
You can always come back, and you just have to work harder or whatever.
You come back and you take the bull by the horns,
I know,
and you take off with it, and you'll be even more successful than it is today.
I know.
Right? And you've heard stories like that, too.
My, like, diehard fans, you know, are tweeting at me and sending messages being like, you need to take care of yourself, you need to relax,
Exactly,
like,
see?
we'll always be there. But they don't understand that they are, like, the purest form. Like, people who aren't that there are other people who aren't that forgiving,
they
you
move
know?
on.
And they move on and they forget about you because out of sight, out of mind type
Yeah.
of thing, you know? So it's like, not that I don't love my diehards, but it's also like, I'm trying to make a big impact. And it's like, I do feel that if I don't have that consistency, then I won't be irrelevant, but I'll be just like, I'm losing the words for this. I'll be like wiping out everything that I have worked for this far.
That's okay. People have gone bankrupt and build themselves back up.
I know, that's true.
And I had a friend who was bankrupt 3 times.
Wow.
And now he's like from bankruptcy to living life.
Wow.
So, you know what? It doesn't matter. You can go bankrupt once, you rebuilt, bankrupt on viewers, you rebuilt again, you'll gain it. You may end up going bankrupt again. Hopefully not, but
I know.
you know that's your takeoff point. So don't let that stress you out. Just like another woman, another YouTuber, I don't know who it was, but she was a pharmacist or something, remember? And she gave it all up, and she took some courses, and she started reading, and she reevaluated her YouTubing, came back, and she just like success like crazy, right? So you can't let that affect you. You have to focus on your health right now and getting better in order to take
I know.
on,
Which I'm
right?
getting better at letting go.
Yeah, you are getting better.
I'm getting better
you
at
just
letting
gotta-
go.
And I know you have like Gary Vee in one ear, your mom in the other ear, and maybe Casey Neistat somewhere else. Like you have, especially Gary Vee, like you gotta be working. Well, no,
I
you
know.
can't. But this is your.
I'm like, would Gary Vee tell me that I
Yeah,
should
that's
relax or not? Like, I'm not sure. Like,
Yeah.
because he did say to some kid, like, why are you judging yourself? You spent 3 months, like, hospitalized or whatever. Like, you spent 3 months, like, going through a physical, like, struggle. Like, why are you down on yourself? But then the next minute he's like, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep hustling. You gotta have the daily grind. Like, be macro patient, but micro hustle, right? And I'm like, oh shit, like, should I relax or should I be still hustling? I'm not sure. It hasn't been 3 months. It's been 10 months. I can't be 10 months in this, like, thing. Like, not thank God, because I do think that I'm a part of the problem of why I didn't heal.
Yeah, you'll heal
but-
faster this time.
But I also, like, thank God that I kept going, because
Yeah, you did a lot
if
in
I
the
did
past-
nothing in the
yeah,
past
yeah.
10 months, like,
Yeah.
I don't know
No, you
how
did a
much.
lot. You did a
But
lot.
anyways, back to what we were saying.
But Gary Vee's in your head way too much.
I know.
Like you
but
gotta
back
stop.
to what we were saying though, and after New Year's, I was like, I need to stop walking. I need to get myself out of this like depression phase, because like I need a new perspective, and I found that through books. I found that through reading books. And now that my vision is not good, it's like, what do I have? I'm left with my thoughts. Like, come on. Like,
Headphone users, I'm really
at
sorry.
least I had an escape. I had a reading escape where I was like, okay, I don't need to wake up and be on my Instagram, be on my Twitter, watch YouTube videos, and receive knowledge through audio and stuff like that. I could read books and escape that way, and gain
Yes.
new knowledge and perspective,
Yes.
and now I can't.
I know. But you know what? The difference between the first...
And people are gonna say Audible, read audio, like listen to
Yes.
audiobooks.
Yes, that's what I do.
I can't.
But
I like reading. I like reading lines over. Like, I don't know.
and the difference between then and now, like you going through it then and you going through this again now, you're in a different headspace. So I don't see you being depressed like you were back then.
Well, I think I was also going through way more than just my physical
you
issue
were
back then.
Yeah, but this could have kept you in the same state too. But you were going through way more.
No,
You've
but
worked
now
through
I'm
all
not
your
going
stuff.
through heartbreak.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm over the heartbreak. I healed from that. It took me a long time, but
Yeah.
I healed from that, and I don't have the heartbreak to, like, also be something to be depressed about. You know what I mean? Like, before I was going through a physical injury, I was going through heartbreak, I was going through FOMO on social media and life. Like,
Yeah.
I was just going through too much at one
Yeah.
time. Like, when it rained, it freaking poured.
I know.
Like, it poured.
I know. You're like one of those avalanches.
Yeah, honestly, it was like an
And
avalanche.
then the ground opens up into a big massive hole and everything just falls into that hole.
Like, now I feel like, before I felt like I was so dug deep in the ground,
Yep.
so full of darkness. Now I feel like, you know, that flower that's like sprouting and is like, is not seeing the light, the breakthrough through the ground yet, but is like just trying to be, like, this is the most patient I've ever been. Like, I feel like I've been patient before, but like to give up social, like to give up, like, I'm still broadcasting 4 times a week for an hour,
Yeah.
but like to give up YouTubing and making videos and stuff like that, like to fully just like
have
say
to.
it's whatever, like I'm not putting a video out because I can't edit, like to give up that power and that productivity really is like the ultimate test of
Patience.
self-discipline,
Self-discipline.
patience, and there's one more word, not temptation. Frick, I forget the word now. I had it at the tip of my
That's
tongue.
good. You've changed a lot as a person.
I know, I have changed.
And you're growing as a person, and that's really important, the fact that you're growing as a person, because that's really important. And people who are down, please don't stay down. You know what? Do what you got to do. If it's a health issue, get your health on track, and then take on the world. You know,
Yeah.
if it's a fear issue, that you got to really deal with that. You got to pick yourself up and surpass that fear. Like, just do it. What's the worst thing that could happen?
I think
A
the
fail.
Word, I think the word is self-control.
Self-control.
What? No, not. Is it self-control? Yeah, when you're on a diet and you like,
Temptations.
you have self-control.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's self-control. Yeah. It's like, I'm really learning, like, the ultimate discipline. And I said this before.
You're also learning that because you felt like you were disappointing everybody by not putting something out.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
And-
but I think the biggest person that I thought I was disappointing is myself, Mom.
Yes, you're disappointing yourself, but you're also putting it on, oh my God, Mom, I got to put it out because I don't want to disappoint people. I promised I was going to put it on Sunday. Who cares?
That's like my part 2. That is being held over my head by myself.
Yeah.
My
Like your
part, two,
yeah.
I said I made the mistake. Instead of coming soon, I said tomorrow.
Right.
Because I thought that it was going to be tomorrow. And then and I received so many messages from people from my past that I
That are
personally
waiting for
know
it?
that have sent me such positive
Oh,
feedback.
yeah,
Like
you
a
did.
guy that I used to work with on a commercial.
Oh my, yeah,
Like
yeah, I remember
a girl.
Shout out to Randy.
You know, like people that are just from my past that you would never think even watch my content or whatever, and they send me messages and I feel pressure to like continue my story. Like, it's been a month now. I'm hating myself for not putting the second part out for 1 month. Like, I shouldn't have even put the first part out if I didn't have the second part done. Like, I regret it. Like, I shouldn't have put the first part out if I didn't have the second part done.
You just said you're learning to deal with it, so you're
I
not dealing with it.
But my head hurts, Mom. I have headaches every day
I know, you
because
can't do it. You have headaches from thinking too much, too.
I know.
You're in your own headspace. You're giving yourself
I know.
headaches.
I just hate that, like, people that I used to value, I hate when I see tweets from them that are like, that like make me feel like I should be doing something even in this time of struggle. You know what I mean?
You've done a lot.
But does that make sense to you?
Yeah, but you've done a lot in this time of struggle, and you shouldn't be looking at those tweets. Those are tweets to remind them to do something.
I know, it just makes me like like I don't know, like I put too much value. Maybe I do care what people think still in a minuscule way, or no, I just care what a certain people think sometimes, and I'm way letting go of that. But sometimes it does jab me, you know, when they say things. I don't know anymore. I'm exhausted. I'm not physically exhausted. Like, I'm just, like, mentally and emotionally exhausted. Like, I was probably more exhausted when I was playing soccer and doing conditioning practices. But I feel more exhausted now because it's in my head exhausted. It's not a physical exhaustion.
That's what happens when you get older. You start thinking more.
No, I was always a thinker. That's not true.
Not to this level.
Social media.
That's right.
Anyways.
So is social media a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. It's a great thing because I would never have connected with my cousins in Greece and my aunts in Greece and stuff like that.
That's different social media, not by broadcasting.
That's social
and
media.
throwing
Though.
YouTube
It's
up.
social media, Mom.
Yeah.
It's social media. You're talking about social media.
Okay.
Okay, what? You can't just say. You have to be specific then.
Yeah, be specific.
Are you saying being an influencer on social media?
Yes.
Okay, so don't say social media.
No, I'm talking about being an influencer on
Okay,
social media.
then
Like
there you
I
go.
got Facebook just for that reason, just to communicate with my cousins in
Okay,
Greece.
but my cousins don't use Facebook.
Right? I know everybody uses Instagram now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Mom. Okay, this is a conversation that is so dumb and it's not worth the podcast. Like, and here comes Nick to ruin it, everything.
Nick doesn't ruin everything. You're ruining everything.
Really? He's playing music really loud. Okay, we need to end this.
End it.
End it.
All right, everybody. I guess I'll end it. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you have any comments on social media and what you think it's about and where it's gone to and how you feel about it, leave a comment on the YouTube below. If you have any questions or you want us to talk about anything or bring a conversation up, let us know. Have yourselves an amazing day, an amazing week. Stay happy, stay hungry. Get inspired, stay inspired. That's my thing.
Oh my God. I feel like this podcast is just us bickering back and forth, but we're really working through subjects. Are we done?
Bye.
Done?
Bye.
Done?
Bye.